Hello and welcome to our mini workshop series, where we will discover and explore the three most important functional areas of the CDA you can do from your home. This webinar is for parents, caregivers, and guardians of our youngest learners. We are here to help by explaining how you can support your child at home through learning and also provide you a sense of accomplishment. We have wonderful presenters for you today, Wilma Williams and Abina Okran-Jackson. Wilma and Abina have been in the ECE sector for many years and are looking forward to sharing insights with you all. So with that, I will hand the webinar over to Abina.
Thank you, Uzma, for that great introduction. Due to the current COVID-19 pandemic, there are hundreds and thousands of parents and significant adults caring for young children in their own homes across the U.S. and abroad. Trust us, you are not alone. Just like elementary, middle, and high school students were being required to continue their education from home, we hope very young children ages birth to 5 continue their development and learning in the safety of their homes. The purpose of this webinar is to focus on 3 areas. The first one is really to support you in this time of crisis. We want to support the thousands of families caring for young children at home due to COVID-19. The second area is to offer you guidance. We understand how important it is for you that your youngest learners continue their education at home. The Council desires to share basic, interesting information and strategies extracted from the CDA competency standards so you can expand your knowledge and validate what you may already be doing to educate your children. And the third area is to give you hope and ease your childcare concerns. We want to ensure you and your child are receiving the best possible outcomes at home using key early childhood educator competencies. Who we are and what we do. The Council for Professional Recognition is an international organization that promotes improved performance and recognition of professionals in the early childhood education of children ages birth to 5 years old. In keeping with its goal to meet the growing need for qualified early child care and education staff, the Council administers the Child Development Associate National Credentialing Program in the preschool, infant-toddler, family childcare, and home visitor settings. The CDA program is designed to assess and credential early childhood education professionals. Fun fact, the CDA is celebrating 45 years of recognizing teachers in the early childhood education field. More than 800,000 CDA credentials have been issued to date. Let's transition over to Vilma.
The Council for Professional Recognition has prepared a series of mini workshops based on our CDA competency standards. But what are the CDA competency standards? The CDA competency standards are the national standards used to evaluate the performance of early educators. They are divided into 6 competency goals, seen here on the size of this graphic with Roman numbers, which are statements of a general purpose. They're like the dreams of our profession. Each competency goal is a topic area that is essential in caring for and educating young children. These competency goals are further defined in more detail in 13 functional areas, seen here in the middle of the graphic, which describe the major tasks or functions that an early educator or parent must complete in order to carry out the competency goal. Of course, you will not be using this information to be assessed as a parent. The Council desires to share with you basic, interesting information and strategies extracted from the competency standards so you can expand your knowledge and validate what you may be already doing to make a huge difference in your child or children's lives while wearing this new hat of parent and teacher for 24 hours, 7 days during this difficult time of crisis we are all living. This workshop will focus on the first competency goal, to establish and maintain a safe, healthy learning environment in functional areas, safe, healthy, and learning environment.
Thank you, Vilma. Let's dive into promoting safety for young children. Safety. That's a word that carries a lot when you hear it. Take a second and think about what that word means to you. Safety means to be free from danger, harm, and loss. As parents and significant adults, we have the responsibility to show young children, through our words and actions, that they are in a safe place. Your child or children must trust that you will keep them from harm and that you will know what to do if they get injured. As children grow and develop during the early years, safety requirements for them can change rapidly. Let's look at examples by age group. Young infants, birth through 8 months, are very vulnerable and relatively helpless. Mobile infants, 9 months to 17 months, are rapidly increasing motor skills that lead them to new areas. Toddlers, 18 months to 36 months, are increasingly curious about their world and test everything in their surroundings. And preschoolers, 3 years to 5 years, are beginning to understand danger or safety situations. Parents and adults must identify safe and potentially dangerous areas and materials around the home, including outdoor and indoor areas, and also in your vehicle. Here are a few tips to improve or ensure the safety of your children at home. Make sure your home environment, indoor and outdoor, is safe for your children and adults. Materials and equipment are free of debris, structural hazards, chipping paint, objects that can be swallowed, such as balloons and plastic bags. Fire extinguishers and smoke detectors should be in place and operable. It's also key to learn how to use them. Be alert on potentially dangerous materials that children may reach for or discover. The quality and amount of supervision and caution is based on children at different developmental stages. Always supervise your children indoors and outdoors. Always respond compassionately to your child's injury or fear of injury. Avoid exhibiting your child's name on clothes and personal items. This is completely opposite of what we do when we send them to school. Take safety precautions in a calm and reassuring manner without making children fearful. Place your infant child on his or her back on firm surfaces, avoiding the use of pillows or other soft bedding for sleeping. Always supervise your infant on a changing table or when bathing. Make sure you test the temperature of the water prior to bathing your infant child. Hold your child's hand near dangerous areas such as roads, deep water, or steps. It is also critical that you maintain emergency procedures and supplies in your home. Place an emergency plan and/or telephone numbers in a visible place at home, either on a wall or a refrigerator. Maintain first aid supplies, including latex or other kinds of gloves, gauze, tape, tweezers, scissors, and soap. And ensure that you label and store medicines out of reach of children. Let's move into developing healthy habits at home. As parents and significant adults, we have the responsibility to promote our children's physical, mental, and oral health as good nutrition to fit children's rapidly changing needs, body rhythms, and individual abilities. We also need to help children learn self-help skills appropriate to their ages and cultures. Let's again look at examples by age group. Young and mobile infants, birth through 17 months, need help to regulate their eating, sleeping, and other activities gradually. Toddlers, 18 months to 36 months, imitate and learn from the activities of those around them. You need to establish good health habits, modeling and encouraging toothbrushing, hand washing, nutritious eating, and cleanup. Preschoolers, 3 years to 5 years, are ready to learn reasons and take responsibility for good health practices such as bedtime, good nutrition, food preparation, and toothbrushing. But your capacity to promote and ensure healthy habits in your home depends on your own health. What can you do to ensure your health and the health of your child or children at home? Let's start by talking about promoting good health in your home. Washing hands. Wash hands thoroughly with available soap and water before each diaper change and before each feeding. Teach and practice with your children hand washing before eating and after toileting, and brushing teeth following proper hand washing sequence. Wet hands, add liquid soap, wash for 20 seconds. You can try singing a song like Happy Birthday or ABCs twice. Rinse, dry hands, and turn off the water using a paper towel. Clean up and disinfect your children's play areas and toys. Surfaces like doorknobs and kitchen countertops or the microwave or refrigerator door handles should be cleaned daily with a solution that has a high level of bleach or at least 70% alcohol. The good news is that most of the disinfectants out there that you can buy in the store do have this level of bleach or alcohol. Just double check to be 100% sure, and just be mindful that you're not sharing germs with anyone else in your home. Part of that is using gloves when you're cleaning, and if possible, disposing of those gloves every day. Check out this video from the Council about maintaining healthy habits at home and in school, especially relevant during the COVID-19 pandemic. Found that video helpful. Please note it can be found on the Council's website at www.cdacouncil.org. So let's talk some more about developing healthy habits at home. Adhere to a schedule. That means getting up at the same time every day, actually taking a shower. I know, it can be challenging, but it does make a difference. And getting dressed. I have friends who joke about their day pajamas versus their night pajamas. But really, changing into your regular clothes for a work day, eating at regular times, so eating your meals at certain times of the day, and allowing for some type of activity, whether that's in the home or stepping outside by yourself, if possible. It is also very important with children at home to maintain not only a sense of calm, but a sense of control during this very uncertain, challenging time. A great idea can be when you wake up early in the morning and before you step out of bed, is to think about 3 things you are grateful for and take 5 slow, deep breaths. When we take deep breaths, we send a message back to the brain. It's okay to calm down. Deep breathing resets the central nervous system and helps us respond with a clearer head. Try and keep your children and family's schedule consistent when it comes to bedtimes, meals, and exercise. Help your family engage in fun and meaningful activities consistent with your family and cultural values, and include your young children to be active participants. For example, reading, watching movies, listening to music, playing games, exercising, or engaging in religious activities, prayer, meditation, and participating in services on the internet. You can always be unconventional too. Allow yourself and your children to do things in different ways. For example, you can have a picnic on the living room floor, or set up a tent. You can use the living room or kitchen table and cover it with large sheets and play under it. You can create an obstacle course, dress up and dance like lions, elephants, etc. Or you can even gather your children, snuggle with them, read a book, and look at pictures. Exercise alone and with your children. Maintaining some physical activity during this time is extremely important. Otherwise, you will end up sitting down, laying down, or standing up for unusual periods of time. Exercise is the most transformational thing you can do for your brain because exercise boosts mood and improves focus and cognition. It helps us be responsive instead of reactive. Running around after children is not considered exercising. We know exercise is great for our overall health, for our immune system, and important for maintaining mental health and decreasing stress. There are many free videos on YouTube or on cable that have fitness or dance classes. You can try different ones every day or at least once a week. Hip hop one day, salsa the next. You can come up with your own mood. Even if you're not a great dancer, dancing could be really fun, and you could burn some calories. We also recommend trying to get outdoors by yourself, not being close to crowds or other people at all, but trying to take a brisk walk, doing some stretches outside. Just being out in the fresh air and doing some activity outside is also wonderful for your mental health. You can determine what activities could also be done with your children, such as dance or exercise, with each while holding them or along with them, or even if they can only observe you, depending on their age. Dance to the songs they love and introduce them to new ones. You can try yoga for children. Either you can find those on YouTube or somewhere on cable. Try preparing nutritious foods for snacks and meals and teach your children to learn to select and enjoy nutritious foods. Maybe you are worried about food shortages. Grocery stores are either overcrowded or their supplies are depleted, or they are so far away from your home. So concentrating on storing food as much as possible is a great idea. But it's also important to remember you want to store the right food, and maintaining a healthy diet right now is more important than ever. What you eat can really affect your health, as the health of your young children, family, and your immunity. We encourage you to eat immune-boosting foods like fruits and vegetables that are high in antioxidants, foods that have omega-3 fatty acids, things like fish if you can get it. And you know, frozen foods are not bad for you at all. In fact, you can freeze vegetables so that they can last longer. We encourage your children to assist in setting the table. I'm going to transition over to Vilma.
Lastly, we will focus on creating a positive learning environment. Now let's understand how children are at different ages and how the learning environment affects them. Young infants begin to learn from their immediate surroundings and daily experiences. The sense of well-being and emotional security conveyed by loving and interested parents creates the readiness for other experiences. Mobile infants are active, independent, and curious. They need many opportunities to practice these new skills and explore their home environment within safe boundaries. You can celebrate their delights, skills, and discoveries by gradually adding variety to your home environment. Toddlers are developing new language, skills, physical control, and awareness of themselves and others. They enjoy participating in group activities but are not yet ready to sit still or work in a group for very long. You can provide a flexible but dependable environment with opportunities to extend their skills, understanding, and judgment in individualized ways. Preschoolers continue to learn by doing. You can observe their play and give them time and space to repeat familiar activities and expand the learning environment in response to their developing skills, interests, and concerns about themselves and the world. What you can do to ensure a great learning environment for your children at home. Make sure your home environment is developmentally appropriate for your child. Your home environment, indoor and outdoor, is pleasant, clean, welcoming, and provides appropriate levels of stimulation. Baby-proof your home so there are many opportunities for your baby-initiated learning and limit setting is minimized. If culturally appropriate, play music at a comfortable level. Provide your baby with the sights and sounds of other living things, humans, animals, and plants, including your own face. Arrange your home so young and mobile infants have an area for free movement, protected from older children and pets. Provide your preschool children with protected space for their activities when necessary. For example, let them work on a higher table so babies cannot interfere with their play or reach small pieces of toys. Offer developmentally appropriate materials. Offer materials that are engaging and challenging for children without being too easy or too difficult. Use materials that demonstrate acceptance of your child or children's gender and family. race, language, religion, and cultural group. Use materials found in your own home. Use home materials to create toys that are engaging, challenging, and that can be modified or created to support the specific needs of each and all children in your family. Use your creativity. Make books for each of your children. Use photos, paper, Ziploc bags, yarn, etc. to individualize the learning. More great ideas include: establish routines and activities to meet your child or children's specific needs. Establish routines that are simple and consistent for such things as cleaning up, preparing to go out if appropriate, eating, and sleeping. Limit the time television is on. Select programs appropriate for your children and talk with them about what they see and hear. Specifically, avoid watching the coronavirus news all day. Use household routines and activities as learning opportunities for your children. For example, during laundry, children can help sort clothes by color, size, by whose clothes it is, etc. Use spontaneous opportunities for your children's learning throughout the day. For example, counting socks, talking about different textures and tastes of ingredients while cooking, recognizing shapes of food containers, asking your preschooler to look at books and tell the story to your younger child. Ensure that nap and quiet times are part of your children's daily schedule. Provide consistent nap time routines and rituals. For example, read a book, sing lullabies to your child or children while rubbing their back. Create an environment of love and trust through warm and responsive caring. Recognize when your child needs quiet time. Invest time in your children. The time that you spend with your children on productive or educational activities is an important determinant of good childhood development. In a few words, the more time spent with your children, the more they will open for learning and developing. Be conscious of your parenting style. Psychologists and economists have considered parenting style such as how warm, strict, or communicative a parent is as an important determinant of a child's skills. During a period of home confinement, some parents will try to force rules and boundaries so that their children can learn, even for the very little ones. However, harsh parenting, including shouting at or smacking children or any type of physical punishment, particularly when the social emotional skills of children are low, will exacerbate children's behavioral and emotional problems. Instead, moving to a more sensitive style of parenting, listening, talking, explaining, using consequences, active listening, etc., can help your children develop the skills and attributes needed for success. Take care of your mental health and the mental health of your children. A lot of us are going a little crazy, not just you, but there are steps you can do to maintain your sanity. Remember, you are a role model for your children. How you handle this stressful pandemic situation can affect how your children manage their worries. Research shows that just being in the presence of a compassionate, safe adult can help kids calm down. At home, you can be that person for them. Here are some great resources of information. The Essentials curriculum is a rich source of information for teachers and for parents. It is the textbook used in many training programs preparing early childhood teachers to earn the CDA credential. It is found for purchase in our website store. In our website, you will also find interesting blogs, infographics, and white papers regarding the most current and relevant information to help children and parents succeed. This concludes our session. We thank you for attending this webinar. We wish you much success in teaching your children. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. We are always here to support you. We want the best for you and for your children. To learn more about the Council and our CDA program, we invite you to visit the Council website, subscribe to receive our free monthly newsletter, and join us in social media.